2025. You ready to rise? This life, it provides many challenges and obstacles as well as opportunities. And it's all in your interpretation of what is put on your path. Hi, I'm Holly, and I'm sharing a part of my journey to bring courage and inspire you on yours. And I am extremely grateful for where I'm at in life right now. I have everything I need. The sun is shining, the sky is blue. I have challenges daily. It really just depends on how I choose to respond to them and where I place my focus. I've brought it up a few times. The original Bible in ancient Hebrew speaks about sin. And sin has three definitions. And it is when your focus is off track of your purpose. So when you are placed here, the Creator is choosing you for a specific purpose. So the Creator flows through you in order to fulfill that purpose. So many people fight it. And what ends up happening is we want to play God in our life. We want to play God in other people's lives. And so you distract yourself from you. This is huge. And as much as I want to be on here often, and I want to speak directly with you, and I want to do lives, I also have other things outside of here that I need to do. And a big part of the past few years for me has been healing. And this is why I share some of these videos with you, so you can see my personal journey. I've placed a lot of free content out here just to help in any way I can. And so when you're focused on your purpose, you will let people down. You will lose people out of your life. And that's okay. It's totally okay. Because we're not here for everybody. Can I get this to balance? 2025. This time right now is super, super special. You get to take accountability in your life. The entire world is shifting. I never focus on the news. I may see a clip here and there of what they're doing. That has no thing to do with me. Why? Because I'm helping to co-create the new earth. I'm co-creating where we're heading. My focus is not back through the forest. My focus is forward. And they are not a part of my future and the future that we are creating here. This space has been inverted for a very long time. It's no longer inverted. And that's why people are going crazy and frantic. Because the powers that were know that. They know. They know the prophecies. They have all the hidden texts. They know. This is why they've been fighting tooth and nail to suppress and distract. So I focus on where I need to focus. And sometimes that's like self-care. That's doing what brings me joy, which sharing 444, sharing with you guys brings me joy. Yet I have these periods where I'm really guided to just slow down and Everyone who's supposed to come with me, everybody who's supposed to see my videos ends up seeing them at the time they need to see them. But I really want to encourage you to take a step back. I know that right now, this energy it's chaos in some aspects. Also, I'm looking around at all of the blossoms and the flowers blooming and the tulip trees and the daffodils and the tulips and these yellow buds that are on these bushes. The grass is growing. And sometimes you can get really caught up in the energy of constant forward movement, like the stream, like the creek, the river. And sometimes you'll lose yourself in the flow. And all of a sudden, 555, it'll all of a sudden be fall, autumn, and you're like, where'd my summer go? I didn't even do anything. You relive Groundhog Day and you put yourself in that constant loop, that constant cycle, and you relive that same space that you've been trying to get yourself out of. And in order to break that, you need to take a step back, reflect, readjust. A lot of my wisdom comes from experience, as well as the choice that I made to take the past 4 years off. I've had no job. I've had no wages or income. The last check I received was January of 2021. And part of my decision to do nothing was that the defamation of character and slander and harassment against me and my name in my professional career. My real estate license was stolen from me, which I could have fought it. I know of divine justice being the best justice that there ever could be. Seeking justice in the fictional corporate world, you got what you wanted. It's more than you bargained for. So I did what I had to do. I sold stuff. I worked cash jobs. I've done what I had to do in order to get us through these past 4 years so we could explore and enjoy life. And when I say explore, I don't just mean out there. I don't just mean traveling and seeing new places and meeting new people. I mean exploring in here also. When you take that time to be alone, in isolation, in hermit mode, that's a choice. It is not an easy choice. I walked away from everybody in my life. Everybody. Bad people who had been taking advantage of me, manipulating me, slandering my name. And good people who I thought were my friends, who I thought always had my back. And it really gives you a new perspective on the choices you've made. 911. The people you've chosen to surround yourself with, the location where you plant yourself, where you choose to live, what you choose for a profession, for a career. You get to see where you self-sabotage. You get to see where you hold yourself back. You get to see where all the people you just walked away from, who are they actually to me? Because what happens when you start to focus on you and you start to really want better for yourself and your family, you will get to see Who was actually for you? 1001. And I got to see that 1010 endings, new beginnings. None of them were for me. They all took a piece of me where they could. They chose 1, 2, 3. These confirmations, once you start seeing them, acknowledging them, giving gratitude for them, you see them everywhere. Your interpretation may be different than mine. When you remove yourself from every single thing that you have ever known, every single program around you, all of the conditioning, you get to be alone. This is where you get to actually see who you are. Because not many people are able to be alone. Sometimes you're forced into that isolation. You're forced into that. It's not a choice. And then what you choose to do is self-sabotage by trying to bring people back in with you. And that doesn't work. Why? Because you're placed. This is all spiritual. This is spiritual war that we're in. When you're placed in isolation, it's not because of them. It's because of the Creator. It's because of your higher self that is trying to show you something. That's trying to show you that you deserve better. That's trying to show you your self-sabotaging patterns and beliefs and everything that you've been holding back because you placed yourself in that state of comfort where you can't grow. And so you're placed in isolation to grow, to learn, to reflect, to get to know you. You be in the silence. When you're in the silence, all the answers are there. The thing is, when you know something, 1, 2, 3, 4, when you are given, some people want to call it a download, some people want to call it channeling. I'm telling you, when you're connected with your higher self, it's you you're connected to. You're just aligned with your wholeness. You're aligned with you. You are the one giving yourself the messages from the spirit world. The spiritual realm is you. When you are in the silence and you get to know who you are, all the answers are there. When you get that initial message, that initial knowing, and you want to try and break it down or make it make sense or talk yourself like on why this is reasonable, why this is or why this isn't, you are choosing to play God. Because here's the thing, you're already aligned, you're already in the knowing space, and you are trying to manipulate what is. Because that's not your comfort zone. So what's the word? It's there. You try and alter and hold on. Anyways, I can't think of it right now. You are trying to make sense of that. You're trying to... We want to always have a reason. Like, why this, why that? We need to know everything. The true way of being is to believe and then see. It's not seeing is believing. Seeing is confirmation. Believing is seeing. When you believe, you are attracting that. Believe it, then see it. So when you have that knowing, you don't talk yourself out of that. You just, thank you, I appreciate it, let's move forward. Not like, oh, I don't know about that. Oh, well, that's not how it's always been. I don't know. That person's been nice to me. Well, I think like I know that we're just going through a hard time right now and it'll probably work out. I just have to put in more effort. I'm sure they'll see my effort and we'll figure it out. No, your initial knowing was that it's not going to work out. Your initial knowing was you, your higher self, you from a different realm, you from a higher timeline, telling yourself, get the out. This is why you're placed into isolation.